Giving the mentally malnourished or unwell populace the sweet treat of pandering to their existential crisis only fosters division and instability. By validating and indulging in these crises, society disregards its stability as a commodity, treating it like a game with no true regard for the survival or long-term cohesion of the group. This ideological indulgence, such as in movements like LGBTQ rights, leads to unnecessary division, a path that those in positions of power would not tolerate if they were serious about the survival of human society. Instead, we see governments promoting artificial conflict, creating a society without a unifying goal, content to rest on its laurels in a materially advanced age. Tools for progress are at our disposal, but there's no real incentive to use them, because societal advancement is no longer tied to holding power or demonstrating value. Those in charge no longer need to prove their worth. They merely pacify the masses with superficial aesthetics that quiet anxieties, while failing to execute their actual capabilities. When this happens, society itself fragments, losing its rhythm and direction. The unifying force that once drove society's progress is discarded, leaving a fragmented system where the people no longer control how their society is shaped. Instead, the rhythm of society is disrupted, and the priorities of a select few, driven by self-interest rather than societal survival, take precedence. A society driven primarily by theatrics, where the public's engagement is shaped by spectacle rather than grounded, meaningful action, leads to a dangerous reality, one where people's concerns are deflected by surface-level drama. If these theatrics infiltrate education and influence general discourse, society becomes a stage for ideological conflict instead of a forum for addressing real-world issues. In such a scenario, people grow demoralized, disconnected from the core issues, as their attention is diverted from the pressing needs of survival and progress to the spectacle presented by political and ideological figures. In a demoralized society, one would expect the public to demand change. Yet, in modern times, this desire for transformation is undermined by the comfort and automation that pervades life. The illusion of choice keeps the populace complacent, leading them to believe that electing a new leader or embracing a new ideology will eventually meet their best interests. However, over time, these best interests become distorted. The focus shifts from tangible improvement to ideological theater, where political ideologies grow into manipulative forces that capture the public's attention. The agendas behind these ideologies become like cultural cancer, growing not out of a genuine desire to help but from a drive to maintain control through emotional manipulation and division. This process leads to the loss of central unifying goals. Rather than tackling societal problems head-on, the focus becomes the spectacle of political conflict. The issues that once mattered become obscured by the drama, with the true concerns of the public sidelined in favor of ideological battles. As this pattern persists, society becomes further entrenched in a cycle of perpetual stagnation and divisive distraction, where the pursuit of meaningful change is overshadowed by the political theater of ideological warfare. The public, caught in this game, is so absorbed by the rhetoric that it fails to realize how the true drivers of change, those who wield power and influence, remain unaffected by the spectacle, continuing to control the narrative without delivering on the promises of progress.